Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Backpack Trader Training Room for Wednesday, January 21st, 2026. Please note the required risk disclosure. This room is for educational and information purposes only. It is not financial advice. Trade your charts, not mine. Trading of this type carries substantial risks and should only be attempted with funds you can afford to do without. All right. This will be our only session today. We do not have a crude oil inventory report. Well, looks like Micro Russell has been active in the last hour or so, hour and a half, since I marked up all of these. 9 o'clock start on crude. Yep. All right, that went long. We're stop and reverse at the full stop out, so we're in the blue trade, and that actually hit target one and went break even. So see what we lost. All right, market is just about to open. Soybeans gone way too far. Unleaded, that looks like it's in the long trade. That was a get in sync, and it's still going. Getting close to a stop out. The market is open, and there is a short trade on soybeans. That went through before it hit the entry, so it's a get in sync at the moment. And there's the entry, so we are short on soybeans. Unleaded is long. YM had a get in sync, then we set up a long. We wouldn't have been able to get in sync, and the long went too fast for us to catch, unfortunately. So crude all right, down 36. We pick up a target 1, less a tick, so we pick up 12, down 24 and 1, so down 23. The yellow trade was an add-on, so it's not being tracked. Yeah. Now Aussie getting it done this morning. Long trade. And Micro Russell showing us some trades there. That's where we stopped out on pound Aussie. Ooh. Well, I am moving pretty rapidly here. We're on 15, 17. There we go. Yep. Okay. YM is in the short. First trade, plenty large. That's going to be a POQ on one and done. Power quitting. We get a win on our first trade to target 1. 29 ticks on target. And a few ticks on the trailer. And charts are moving around this morning. Crude and unleaded aren't going very far, but looks like we pick up target 1 and 1 tick, or maybe a little bit more on the trailer. 14 pips on target 1. We go 98.41 to 44. So 3 ticks on the trail times 4 positions. That's 12 pips, along with 14, 26 pips on the morning. Soybeans is short. YM got it done. $8.17, and our entry was $8.29, so 12 ticks on the trailer, 41 ticks on that one and done. So let's put unleaded up there. Actually, let's put unleaded on top of the pound Aussie. That's done. Just not used to the pound Aussie being done. All right. Okay, micro NQ, it's start time. And that's in that trade, and that's going to be a full loss. Loss on the micro NQ. And we get into a short. Micro Russell's up there doing all sorts of things. Stop and reverse for unleaded. That's going to be 86.49. So I'm still in the long for the moment. All right. Unleaded still in the long trade. Triggered the short unadjusted, but we stay in the long. Break even on the micro NQ, so a loss and a break even. Micro Russell with a nice winning trade there. Make sure that was three, 4, 6. Then nope, that one's too fast. I'm not along here. 19.4. 7. 12. I would say that one's probably went through faster than we could have executed. Probably in that that's going to be a loss. 932 trade. The long is probably avoidable. The short is definitely avoidable. No, actually, no, it's not. 10 seconds on the entry bars. That one is a second loss. That's 2 losses. That one definitely is avoided. Yeah, that's 3 losses on Micro Russell, unfortunately, just in the noise. So that is it, done there. Looks like probably an avoidable short, and then we get into the long. Got a wick on that second bar after the entry, so it should be in this trade. Micro NQ. This one's trailing and just stopped out and picks up a short. I'll get these down here in a minute. So we pick up targets 2 and 3 on that long. The short goes to money management and a break-even stop out. And now we have a long trade. Still long on our, and the short cancels, it hit its stop without hitting the adjusted entry. So we are still in the long. And there is no short still. It did cancel hitting the stop. Full loss on the long. We did transition to a short that goes to money management, pushing toward target. That is money management, and now let's keep this final line down in where it belongs. And there is a target, target 2. So that is going to be a second win. And target 3. Michael Russell with some nice trades. We are done on that session. We got caught up in the noise right after the open. Took 3 quick losses. Soybeans is short still. YM is done. Pound Aussie is done. Micro NQ is trailing in the short. Okay, we said that was a break even. Avoided that short. The long was a win to target 3. Yeah, that's going to be too fast. That's going to be a loss. That's another target 3 win. Was it too fast? Or no, is that, yeah, that's that's a trade we were just in. So that's 2 wins, a loss, and a break even. Now we are long. It would appear, yeah, we're long. That's hit money management. And we stop out intra-bar on that. Yep. Oh, that's not even intra-bar. We stopped out at break even, so that's a second break even. Stop and reverse for soybeans. Touch the entry, but we're going to be at 67 flat. So we stay in the short on soybeans for the moment, even though it's tracking the long. Unleaded still in its long trade. Crude down 23, looking for trade number 3 in the 9 o'clock session. We will do a 10 o'clock session. There is no inventory report today. That is tomorrow at noon, so we will not do a session for that one. IM and Micro Russell both at session highs. Micro NQ bouncing off its session open. filtered short against the trend indicator because the calculator thinks it's in the long. We're actually in the short. The long is still valid. Unleaded looks like it's probably going to stop out. But we did avoid that little short, which would have been a full stop out. Long trade on the micro NQ. It didn't quite come back to the entry again. Yeah, there it is. So in that trade now. So YM and Micro Russell are done. Soybeans is in a short. Micro NQ and a long is trying to make money management. Back down to the entry again. There is a new short set up. 39, so that's going to be 34. And I believe, actually, it's going to be, yeah, we're going to go 37 with the full stop on the original trade. We just missed it by a tick so far. Not a big trade. Yep, now we're short. So, short on unleaded. Just a second trade. And need a big trailer out of this to get it positive from this trade. Oh, and yeah, that's a break even on the micro NQ. So 1, 2 break evens, 2 wins, a loss, three, yeah. So 3 break evens, 2 wins and a loss. So we are done with the micro NQ. Positive session there. Losing session on the micro Russell this morning. That was unfortunate. We got caught up in the noise. Money management and target 1 on unleaded. Crude pushing downward. Crude still looking for third trade on the 10 o'clock session. So crude, unleaded, and soybeans are remaining charts. We will do a 10 a.m. mini session for crude as well. And we get a break even stop out on unleaded. So target 1 traders picked up a little bit. Target 2 traders pick up 2 ticks. We've been down a couple of ticks from there anyway because of the stop and reverse adjustment to the original stop. So we take 118 tick loss on the original trade. And a 2 tick adjustment. The stop and reverse. So we pick up 14. And 1 is 15 for target 1. So we're down 103 for target 1 and 116 for target 2. Okay. Looks like we get I don't understand everything I see, but I will go with it. The long trade that was filtered out in hybrid mode now is valid, so that will cancel out the the short trade that was filtered in hybrid mode is now active and did trigger, so we cancel the long stop and reverse. We remain short in our original short. So go back to there. There. Crude is flat, unleaded is flat, soybeans is still short. Everything else is done. "10 a.m. mini session coming up momentarily. Soybeans, bottom left, bottom right corner is still in short, original short, very shortly after 9 o'clock. Actually, trade set up at 9 o'clock. We got in sync with that after 9:30. All right, we're in the 10 o'clock mini session for crude now. So crude ends down on the 9 a.m. session, looking for trades on the 10 a.m. session. Unleaded still looking for a trade, no new trade. And soybeans is short. All right. New short trade on unleaded. Money management and another target one, it appears. And that goes for back to the break-even stop out again. So 2 more ticks off of the target 2 deficit, brings that down to 114. So target 1 was 86.16. And we got down to 15. So, yep, we got that target. 17, 18 ticks. And we said we were down 103. So we're down 85 now for target 1. Crude still looking for a trade. Soybeans still short. So back to flat again on unleaded and crude. Still nothing new. Taking a little bit of heat on the soybeans trade. Looks like we have the possibility of shorts on both crude and unleaded. Rudy's going to have to push down through the 200 EMA. So Rude should set up at 07, it looks like, if we get it. Let's see, what's the bar on through? Okay, it got up to 18, so 08. And we closed up, so no need to move lines around yet. We got exhaustion knots on both charts. Actually, that was already in a okay, and we had a successful short, and that was the last. Yeah, so we're looking for something off the moving averages for unleaded. Oops. And push all the way back there. Ah. Yeah, we definitely get short trades if we can close down, get down closes here. Soybeans back to its entry. Short trade on unleaded. And there's a trigger. Does trigger in. Crude with a short trade as well, 10 a.m. mini session. So crude and unleaded now short. All right, all three charts in trades. Crude and unleaded, all three charts are short. Crude, unleaded, and soybeans. Crude up top center, unleaded bottom center, and soybeans bottom right. Spotlight power trader for crude and unleaded, counterpunch trader for soybeans. Now the crude moving up. Soybeans still right around the entry. Unleaded also right around its entry. Not much to watch right now. Crude worked down below the 200 for a few minutes, and then now it's back up and testing the 200 again. Soybeans testing its 50 EMA. Calculator is tracking the green short. We're actually in the white short earlier. Stop and reverse adjustment keeping us out of the green stop and reverse to long. Basically, crude and unleaded just don't know where they're going to go. Kind of going sideways, basically. Soybeans still kind of sitting around the 50 EMA, not able to push through. All right, crude and unleaded back in positive. Well, soybeans peaking below the 50. Both our energies are back at their entries. Short entry was 63 3/4. Target and money management at 60 flat. Target 2 at 58 flat. Good morning, John. The 6 charts that I have up on the screen right now are the micro Russell in the upper left. That's the March futures contract. Crude March contract. Futures, all crude futures, top center. YM March contract futures in the top right. Pound Aussie Forex pair, bottom left. Unleaded futures, March contract, bottom center. And soybeans March contract futures in the bottom right. And a possible stop and reverse on crude. Okay, that sets up at 21. So the stop and reverse would be 23, which is sitting a tick below the 20 SMA. Well, there's no good place to adjust that to, so it's 23 it is. Hopefully that adjustment will keep us in the short trade. That's going to push money management on that trade to 33. Targets will be 34 and 39, it looks like. The chart in the upper left is on Catapult Trader using a Renko bar. No, 1.5 point or 15 tick Renko bar. Custom Renko with a 5 tick offset. Crude is an 8 tick range bar. YM is a 14 tick range bar. Both of those on Spotlight Power Trader. These are all Backpack Trader strategies. Pound Aussie is on Spotlight also, using an 8 pip range bar, 80 ticks, 5-digit pricing, 5-digit pricing of the Forex pair. Unleaded is also on Spotlight. That's a 20 tick range bar. And soybeans is a 5 tick range bar on Counterpunch Trader. All right, we did trigger long on crude, and that's another full stop out on unleaded. That one is a 38 tick risk, so that's 76 ticks. 160 down 161 for target 1 traders. 190 ticks down for target 2 traders. All right, we get now we're 1 tick. No, we did get money management. Money management I said was 33, going to be 33, so that's right there. First actionable target is 34. We just got that. So we have a stop at 24. Crude. All right. So we pick up 11 ticks on target there. Our stop and reverse was 12 to 23. 11 ticks times 2 positions is 22 ticks. As I say, we picked up 11, so we're still down 11. Target 2 is going to be worth, or target 3 actually. Target 2 was our first actionable. Target 3 will be worth 16, and that would put us 5 ticks positive on the session. 2 trades in our 9 a.m. session. Wow, unleaded pushing significantly upward. Pound Aussie showing us a break-even short. Actually, maybe 2 or 3 ticks, a couple of ticks, it looks like. Actually, looks like it may have started trailing. No, that's probably just 1 tick. Oh, let's look at that. Ah. Crude trying to push up. 36, 37. 38. 1 tick away. 1 tick from target. That would make us positive, and that would finish the session. As I said earlier, no crude inventory report today. There it is, 39. Target 3 and 16 ticks. Puts us plus 5 for the 10 a.m. session on those 2 trades. And that will finish the session for that session. That's a winning session. Unleaded in a pretty deep hole. And with 4 trades, so only 2 remaining to be possibly taken under this trade plan. Soybeans just doesn't seem to be going to want to resolve, and unleaded hasn't been doing much movement. So unless there are questions, those are our only 2 charts which are not moving very well right now. So unless somebody has questions or comments, I'm going to call it a morning. We'll be back and do this again tomorrow, 9:30. With these 6 charts, and I also have the micro NQ underneath the unleaded chart, micro NQ. Futures. John, did you have any questions? All right. As I say, we'll be back to do this again tomorrow. And as far as I know, next week is going to be a regular schedule. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday, 9:30 Eastern. Crude oil inventory next week, 10:30 on Wednesday. So I will do a separate session for that. The following week, I'll be in the room Monday and Tuesday. I'm sorry, Tuesday and Wednesday. We should have an inventory session first week in February. But I will be on the road Thursday, and I'll be out for basically all of the next 2 weeks after that. So I will be dark. I'm going to be on the road. Hey, you're most welcome, John. We will see everybody next week, or not next week, tomorrow morning at 9:30. Everybody have a good one.